Adja, papastem kasun. So hello, my name's Whitehorse. Thanks for joining me today. So today we're going to be learning all about waskwai and collecting waskwai wapu. So that's we're going to be learning about birch and collecting birch water to make birch syrup. So before we get doing that, staying true to Nihiawi Win in the Cree ways, well, everything begins with a story. So we're going to start off with a story all about waskwai and how waskwai came to be a protector of Nihiawak. So before we get started, we'll start with that story. So Kayas, we're told that long ago Trickster was with his kokum. And on this particular day, Trickster went to his kokum and he asked, "Nokum, there's a huge fish living in this lake here, but I don't know how to kill it. I don't know how to catch it because it's way too big, and everything I've tried, my arrows just bounce off it." And his kokum looked at him and said, "Well, Trickster, the only way you can kill it's a very special fish. It's a powerful fish. The only way you're going to be able to get that fish is you're going to have to make a special arrow. And on this special arrow, the only one that'll penetrate that big fish, the feathers have to come from a Thunderbird, the Hisio. So you need to go catch or get the feathers of a Thunderbird before you can even try and get that fish." So Trickster thought about this for a while, and he thought, "I'm not too far from the mountains here, and I think I know where there's a Hisio nest, a Thunderbird nest. I'm gonna go check out this nest and see if maybe there's some babies in there I can catch their feathers." So Trickster traveled, and it didn't take him long to get to this mountain. Sure enough, at the top of this mountain there was a nest there, and there was some baby Thunderbirds in there. But Trickster thought, "How am I gonna sneak in there? These Thunderbirds, they never leave. They only leave when it's cloudy out, and that's when the thunder and the lightning starts. But it's nice right now, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this." And then he thought, "Hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna transform myself into a wapus, a rabbit. And I'll hop around here, and those Thunderbirds will see me on the ground, and they'll come and get me, and they'll take me to their nest to be a plaything for their babies." So he transformed into a wapus, and he started hopping around in sight there where the Thunderbirds could see. And sure enough, they noticed him. One of them crawled down the mountain there and grabbed him, snatched him up. Didn't hurt him or nothing, just carefully carried him up back to the nest, and he put him in the nest for the little Thunderbirds to play with. And they were little baby Thunderbirds were pushing him around and playing with him, pretending he was hopping and just using him like a toy. Trickster was starting to get worried because they were starting to play a little rough with him and kind of scratching him. Every now and then he'd hear a tiny little thunder coming from them, and he thought, "Oh, I hope something happens here soon." So he's really happy to see it. Clouds were coming, and he thought, "Oh, yeah, soon these clouds are coming. As soon as these clouds get right over us, maybe the Thunderbirds will fly off and go cause thunder and lightning and go hunting for food." Sure enough, totally clouded over. The parents, the big Thunderbirds, they both took flight and flew away. As soon as they were gone, Trickster transformed himself back to his being, and he grabbed a stick and he hit one of the baby Thunderbirds over the head, and he gathered up a whole bunch of its tail feathers, handful, and he started climbing down the mountain, taking off. But while he was running away, one of the parents saw him, and they could see what happened. They could see him with a handful of Thunderbird feathers, and it started chasing him, and thunder was booming and lightning was shooting at Trickster. And he thought, "Oh no, what am I gonna do? they're gonna catch me. I'm gonna get hit by lightning here. All of a sudden, Wasquay, birch tree, hollered at him. Hey, Trickster, come over here. I'm big and I got a hollow in me. Hide inside my trunk, and I'll protect you from these Thunderbirds. So right away, Trickster dove into the hollow and he curled up inside the Wasquay, where it was hollowed out inside. And the Thunderbirds were circling overhead, shooting thunder and at Wasquay, and no matter how much lightning that they shot at Wasquay, nothing happened. They would just leave little burn marks. It wasn't penetrating the Wasquay, the birch bark. And Trickster was in there nice and safe, and no matter how much the Thunderbirds were throwing lightning at Wasquay, nothing would happen to Trickster. So finally the Thunderbirds got tired of flying around and shooting thunderbolts at lightning bolts at Wasquay, and they flew off. Oh, Trickster crawled out from Wasquay, and he was really happy. He said, "Oh, Wasquay, I'm so thankful to you for saving my life. I don't know, from now on, I'm going to tell Nihiawak that to take care of Wasquay, because Wasquay is a protector of Nihiawak. It'll give us protection and medicines, and I'll make sure all Nihiawak know this, to take care of Wasquay, because we'll get protection and medicines from you. Mea sin din Wasquay, hey." And with that, Trickster left with his handful of feathers to go make his special arrow to kill this big fish. So that's the story of Trickster and Wasquay, and why we're told that even today we were supposed to take care of the birch trees, because even today all the Wasquay, they still bear the marks where the Thunderbirds were shooting down and hitting with their lightning bolts all throughout all of the Kahyel Wasquay. So every birch tree we come across, we see those marks to remind us of that story and how we're supposed to take care of and respect Wasquay. So now you know the story of Wasquay and Trickster.